Well, we saw yesterday Batman spring into action. Rupert Lowe became the Cape Crusader of the patriotic right. And I'm not saying this to mock Rupert Lowe. That's the analogy that I've got that came into my head, that Nigel Farage is the Joker, Rupert Lowe is Batman, hitting the Joker with a massive kapow. And not just the Joker, the other Jokers in the pack. Zia Yusuf, who's probably the Penguin. Don't know who Lee Anderson is. But Rupert is certainly Batman at the minute. And he went on the lecture circuit, sorry, not the lecture circuit, the interview circuit yesterday, smashed all those interviews out of the ballpark, came across as the voice of sense, common sense, reality, and moderation. And he's saying, let's bring people together. Let's form an alternative to the fake party that is Reform, that is really hoodwinking everybody at the minute. Because they are controlled opposition, in my opinion. There's something very, very wrong with the way they're tacking to the centre. The reality is what we need is a right-wing party that's going to drag everybody to the right and drag all the voters to the right. And this is the way I see it. Rupert's done his big kapow moment. He's slapped Nigel. Let's see what Nigel does back, but also let's see what Rupert does next, because Rupert needs to reach out to people. He needs to reach out to UKIP. He needs to reach out to the SDP. He's probably talking to people in the Tory party as we speak, and we know he's talking to Ben Habib. And he should be talking to people in Reform who support him, saying, right, if we do this, will you come with us? And then what will happen, there'll be a gravitational pull behind whoever's going to start that movement and whoever's going to go for it. Because at the minute, I'm on the NEC of UKIP. We're not going to win the next election in the current form. The SDP is not going to win the next election. I don't think Reform is, and I don't think the Tory party are. What we need is a massive coming together of people on what is definitely the centre-right of British politics, which will be right-wing Conservatives, Reform members and voters, UKIP members and voters, Tommy Robinson, Unite the Kingdom supporters, people that have signed the pledge, SDP, Ben Habib's people, the Great British Pack. Bring all that together in a big tent, in a big family, and make it work. And Rupert, that's what you've got to do. You've had your kapow moment, you've slapped Nigel, now it's time to get serious about doing things in a way that is going to save the country. And again, my thoughts on this have changed somewhat in the last year probably. With me, everything I'm doing, I'm trying to come from a faith background. So I'm not angry or bitter or bent out of shape at anyone. I've had a lot of attacks myself. I'm not holding any grudges. I'm moving forward in forgiveness. I'm moving forward in the love of Christ. But the reality is, the way that we're going to save this country is faith, family, flag. Politics is downstream of culture. Culture is downstream of religion. And the religion of this country is Christianity. And we need to all, in my opinion, seriously think about that. You can't all become Christians because that's not the way it works. You know, well, of course you can all become Christians, but what I'm saying is, I'm not saying everybody has to become a Christian, but people need to really understand what Christian values are and what it means returning back to them. So that's another part of the jigsaw that's not even really been talked about at the minute. But let's get the groundwork done now. Let's bring people together. Let's get people talking. The Pledge, UKIP, SDP, people in Reform, people in the Tory party, Great British Pack, Rupert, Ben, all the superstars, all the rock stars, Tommy Robinson. Unite the kingdom. Let's unite the kingdom. Let's do it properly, and let's do it under Christ. See you all soon.